Come on, come on, come on. Let's keep this going so I can. Honestly, I kind of hope this game's a short one. I kind of hope it.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool if it was a short one, so we could have like 10 minutes off in between games. But at that point, I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Let's keep the casting momentum going.
let's keep it rolling. Yeah. Let's see. What metal song can I play right now? Let's see here. Let's see. What song will I establish to everyone that I'm an edgelord as?
I'm not sure, but we're into pick band. Woohoo! Let's
Damn
go.
it.
Still no
All
first
right.
three bands here for AMP. They're still using an eSub. It's unfortunate, but every game that uses an eSub, you gotta drop a few bands for.
Mhm.
Just gonna definitely help them in the pick band quite a bit. AMP probably gonna try and get Urgot if it's up, but I don't think Rockport are gonna let that slip through again.
With how dominant it was, are you crazy?
I'm not crazy. They would be crazy. Like I said, I don't think they're gonna. In fact,
Okay,
I
I
think.
forgot I had an entire metal playlist that I haven't listened to in forever.
Mm,
Not metal, but rock.
and Urgot first band. There we go.
Yeah.
The trouble here is though that they can't leave open the Garrett and try and steal it away from Spoder because Spoder is first pick. So
That is very true. That is very true.
they would have to take a gamble that Spoder wouldn't first pick that. And it maybe if they do it, they might have an idea up their mind, but I just don't think that that's really too viable of an option here. So I would say they should definitely go ahead with a Garen ban. But
But they
we'll
can't leave
see.
up Darius open either.
They did game one. Granted, they got Urgot, but I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I think you take his Darius over his Garen, or you give him a Garen and hope he builds Abyssal Mask first item.
Never again, please. Never again.
Don't do me like this, Spoda.
Yeah, come on. Alright, let's see here.
Alright, let's see what the last ban is. It is going to be the Garen. Meaning Spoder has his choice of Kled and Darius, or anything else he wants, quite frankly. I'd say at this point he shouldn't feel rushed into grabbing it quite yet. Might want to grab it third pick or something. If they're going to be grabbing the Sejuani for themselves. I was honestly surprised that they grabbed the Gragas over the Sejuani in game one, because I felt like that would have been a really good takeaway from Schombear, who played pretty well on the Sedge. Got a lot of really good engages and ganks off, so this is a good choice, I think.
Hmm.
It's also a good counter pick to Zac if they decide to go for the Zac pick, because when Zac jumps in, she can just Arctic Assault straight at him, and it knocks him out, meaning he's not going to be able to get his engage off. But the Lucian Braum picked up for Hydreion and Juice, wanting to get a pretty strong aggressive bot lane.
Yeah, Lucian Braum, very aggressive because the passive from Lucian just able to stack with Braum passive.
Yeah, one of the strongest combos, but a Karsion actually taking the Vel'Koz away from Heat Viper, saying he
Not
thinks
again.
he can do it pretty well. We'll see, though, how he can manage it. Heat Viper played it pretty exceptionally well, kept his distance from the enemy team really, really well. So I think a Karsion is going to grab that. I wouldn't be surprised to see another Malzahar or something out of Heat
Shen.
Viper. The Shen. That could be support or top. We could see that pretty
Mm.
much anywhere. Where do you think we're going to see it?
I think we're gonna see it support because I don't think Spooter plays Shen. It's not like he likes playing these aggressive top laners. I highly doubt they'll play. I highly doubt he'll play Shen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where we'll see it. He could play it. I mean, we've seen him play some more tanky stuff. We saw him play Malphite lately, and other picks like that. So it's possible that he plays a Shen. And Shen is a more aggressive of the tanks. But the Kindred actually does pretty well into Sejuani. So we'll see how well Schomburg can get that done. And now they're going to start banning away 80 carries from Gummy Bulls. Doesn't want him on a comfort pick at all, so... Now, bans coming out towards 100T Noobs pool. Knowing that the Garen is gone, might as well get rid of the Orin as well. Still things like Scion and Malphite up. Like he could go for. I don't know if he plays any of those, because frankly, I don't know what he plays top lane. Maybe this is a Lucian top.
It's a Huni.
Yeah, I would be mad. I do not like Lucian top.
I don't either. I don't like Lucian in any lane other than bot lane because it's just basically a kill lane.
Yeah.
I don't like facing kill lanes. Then again, I play Draven mid, so I can't really talk.
Yeah. I like the Malzahar ban, taking that away from Heat Viper, knowing that that would probably be a good matchup into the Vel'Koz, being able to block him down. Forcing Vel'Koz to go for an early QSS would not be good for a Carcion there, so Heat Viper off that. But there's still options for Heat Viper. Probably see something like a, well, Swain. Swain would do it. Swain seems pretty good. And that, again, can be flex mid lane or top lane, which means still not 100% sure who's going to go well. But I do assume that that's going to be mid. We'll have to see, though. Twitch coming out for Gummy Bulls. Okay. I had a feeling they were going to go a little bit more hyper carry defensive team compy here. Since they grabbed the Shen and the Sedge and the Vel'Koz, kind of jumping away from their like hard stomp lane style that they had, that they were trying in game 1 and 2. What are they going to round it off with? I feel like a Tom Kench would be pretty decent, but it looks like it's going to be a Darius that is a Shen support, meaning Darius up in the top lane. But pick of the litter for 100T Noob here. You fell asleep. What happened? Rockport took game 2. That's about what happened. And now we're going into game 3. As we do. And the Scion 400T Noob. It is a pretty easy tank to play, so for someone that maybe doesn't play a whole lot of tanks, it should be simple for him. Again, I don't know how much he's actually practiced in these kinds of roles, but it should be fine for him. Up against Darius, though, is where the trouble comes in, is that is definitely not a great matchup for the Scion. Doesn't have any like counter mechanics like the Garen does into the Alawi, so he's going to have to play really safe and careful if he doesn't want to get taken down by Spoder.
Yeah. Honestly, Darius is just a really strong champion in general. It's really hard to 1v1 him. Some champions can do it pretty well. Some champions can't. Scion is one of the ones that really can't do well. Because here's the thing. He resets, right?
Yep.
And then he can just dunk. He can, because the stacks may not stay, but he'll still have the passive from dunking you. Where you can just put that on the Scion passive and just dunk it again, so it's basically useless.
That's definitely possible. I don't think it's ideal, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah, and it's just it's like Scion. He's not that far range. Like
no, he's got a pretty short range.
So he's gonna be pretty much probably scared of the apprehend, and
yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be watching for what runes he went. I hope he went Glacial Augment and down into the that tree, because one of the reasons that's so strong is you get Time Warp Tonic and the Biscuits, which work really well for Scion because you just have so much sustain, which will help him against these Darius trades, as you can take them and maybe back out and come back with a little bit extra health.
Yeah, but a pretty squishy comp from Rockport. Yeah. I don't think Swain's too tanky, but
he's kind of tanky-ish. Definitely
He's a
not the
drain
most.
tank.
Yeah. I mean, and his most of
But
his items do give him a good amount of health, but still, yeah, not tanky in terms of like pure stats. Um, so you are correct that it's a fairly squishy comp,
yeah,
especially up against a comp with a Sedge and a Shen, and Darius gets pretty tanky as well, meaning a lot of frontline potential here from AMP. Lots of just hyper carry damage, long range hyper carry damage from the Twitch and the Vel'Koz, who are both going to be shredding through the health bars.
yeah. But Kindred's really strong late game as well, but not Twitch level, not at all. Twitch can just spray and pray through an entire team with Runins.
Yeah, that's where the Braum is going to come in nice though, because Spray and Pray won't actually pass through his the Unbreakable. So
Yeah.
Juice is going to
Uh,
be the savior here, but that's also where Vel'Koz comes in, because Vel'Koz will go through the wall because it's not a projectile. So it's like it's a lot of how well are the teams playing around each other's kits.
all right, I gotta be right back.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll take the cast for a bit here, but
I'm sorry. I
no,
don't
you're
know
good.
what's happening.
No, you're good. Go ahead. But yeah, this game is looking like it's gonna be a good one to close out the set. Only 20 seconds left. Sorry, my countdown broke again. OBS is this weird thing where if you let the countdown finish, it just stops working until you reinstall OBS, which is really dumb. But I'll know next time to just not let the countdown finish. I'll stop it at 1 second from now on. That seems like the smart thing to do. Go ahead and take a quick look at rune choices here once this loads up. I like looking at runes, not because I like bashing on people, but because it can be a good breakdown into how you think the game is going to go based on their rune choices. So Sion did go for the Glacial Augment. That'll give his team quite a bit of team fighting power. And since he's all into Inspiration, he's going to have quite a bit of sustain against the Darius as well. Whereas looking at the rest of the rune choices, it's basically standard across the board. Braum with Guardian, Shen with Aftershock. Twitch going Fleet is a little interesting. I'm not sure what Twitch standard is, but I was under the assumption that was Lethal Tempo. So that's really the only part that I'm looking at, not really sure on the runes. We'll have to see how that pays out. I know in the Olympic versus Rockport set last week, I think one of the main reasons Olympic actually wasn't able to close it out was because their AD carry had Fleet Footwork instead of Lethal Tempo on the Jinx, where Lethal Tempo adds so much extra damage. I felt like that was one of the biggest reasons why they actually weren't able to close it out, because they just didn't have the damage. Not having the Lethal Tempo can be a big thing, especially for these hyper carries like Twitch. So that's something to keep an eye on. But beyond that, everything's pretty well done here. Rockport gonna have to play a little carefully, especially around the top side. Darius is definitely gonna have control, so he's gonna be pushing in onto the Scion almost definitely, which gives some chance for Kindred to gank, but it'll be a little bit risky because it'll be pretty easy to track him. So I think Rockport are going to have to play the early game pretty carefully up top, whereas I think mid lane and bot lane, they actually have a good advantage. So I kind of want Shangar to just let 100T Noob drop down in CS and just get good vision control. Because if they can track Sejuani, then their superior mid and bot lane matchups should be able to carry them through. Whatever a Darius could maybe get in a gold lead. So as long as 100T Noob isn't dying, that's kind of Rockport's main goal here. Whereas the main goal for AMP, once we get back in, because client is dumb. Darius needs to get fed, really fed. Sejuani wants to camp up there. Hopefully Darius gets good wave control, and he's not going to just be hard shoving the Scion under the tower where he's like always safe. So they want to try and bait the Scion out of his tower range. That way they can get Darius fed, because I feel like Spoderman, especially in this kind of sub lineup, is going to be the main carry for AMP. He was the main carry for most of game one. He wasn't able to in game 2, and I think that was one of the hardest parts, was he got shut down by the Garen pick. So I think getting him in a good spot is going to be favorable for them, whereas Rockport probably just don't even want to play around topside at all. Neither team going for an aggressive play here. AMP did have that really strong level 1 play last game. They sadly were not able to convert on, and not even going to be going for it this time. They probably could have, honestly. Shen level 1 is pretty good. But I respect the decision to just play it slow. They're going to give a leash on the top side to Spoder, or from Spoder, which is actually going to be really interesting, because this gives a chance for Sedge to try and gank top pretty early, which he's either going to do that right now or he's heading to the Scuttle. Looks like he's actually just going to go straight into the enemy jungle, knowing that most Kindreds stick around in their side for a long time. So he's going to play this pretty aggressively there. He's losing a lot of tempo in terms of clear speed. Kindred already almost finishing up their third camp. Kindred's going to finish their third as Sedge finishes second. But having the triple buff, theoretically, assuming Kindred doesn't go for that third buff, it's definitely going to be pretty nice. It could pay off, because Kindred without red buff means no ganks, usually. Should put him in a good spot. Now the jungle pathings are going to start kind of equalizing out just a bit as Kindred recognizes, oh, I don't have my red buff. Both of them now sitting at 12. And Sedge kind of back in control there. But Hydreion running forward, trying to get something done. He might have DC'd, though, was forced to jump away. I'm not sure if he DC'd or if he just really wanted to get that trade-off onto the Shen. But he's going to dash out, though. Now in a bit of trouble is Akarcion as he's trying to run away. Nice use of his W, though, forcing the flash from Schomburg to try and pick up the kill. But now in the bot lane as well, Hydreion uses heal, running away. So much damage coming onto the Braum as Gummy Bulls getting another auto tech off. 102 playing this lane pretty well, actually, with a surprising CS lead. 6 CS up right now, whole wave at the moment. Controlling it pretty well. And he's going to... Sion definitely has a bit of an early advantage. Once Darius is about 5 or 6 is when Sion pretty much loses any innate advantage he has with how strong his base moves are. We'll see there, and it looks like they're actually going to be going for it already on. I'm a little surprised that Spoder took Grasp, going for the more sustaining instead of the tank busting. Because against a Sion, you kind of figure you want to just be able to shred through all their armor and go for something like the Conqueror for the true damage to beat through anything that he builds. But Grasp will help him a little bit in some of the trades in terms of sustain. Sometimes being able to sustain just isn't worth not being able to do all that damage, as he's going to take a pretty big knockup from 100T Noob. Going to be able to trade it back, though, gets the heal off and doing what he can. But now needs to be careful because Schomburg is actually here. Going to try and jump forward, but he's level 5. He's fine. Bot lane's pretty much equaled out. Hydreion actually got to recall and come all the way back to lane walking. And he's only down 2 CS still, so he's feeling pretty fine. Not to mention Twitch actually used Flash in that earlier engagement, meaning if he's gets engaged on by Juice or anything like that happens, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. But a nice Spirit Blade actually going to be able to get a double pull through. And a good trade damage there from the AMP bot lane. You know what? Shen's Q should increase its damage for every champion that it pulls through. So if you get like a 5-man pull through, it should just do like crazy, ridiculous damage. Starster, though, in a little bit of trouble as he's taking quite a bit of damage. Now Gummy Bulls as well, and actually needs to be careful if the slow lands. He could be falling down, but Winter's Bite was not up. take a quick look at CS numbers. Natsume actually with a CS lead now. The jungle invade short term was a little rough, but long term it's actually paying off really well for him. He's in a pretty good spot bot lane, even despite having that early recall with a nice CS lead, actually denying a lot to the tower as well. And Sion holding his own versus the Darius doesn't feel bad at all. So game's in a pretty stable state right now for Rockport. Right now keeping up solidly in CS. 102 Noob does need to start being careful about where he's throwing these spells out at, because the Apprehend is going to be an issue for him in the long run here if he just kind of starts charging his Q in the middle of nowhere. Like right here, he's in a lot of trouble, actually taking quite a bit of damage, but Spoder going to be flashing forward, trying to get something done, but just going to trade it for the time being. Blue Smite Sedge versus Kindred. Yeah, I could agree that I feel like Red Smite would actually have been a really good choice. Because I would let her trade versus the Kindred pretty darn well, and I don't think she's really in dire need of the Chilling Smite anyways. I think Red Smite definitely would have been a solid choice there. Looks like the Rockport bot lane really want to get something done. They just haven't been able to find anything onto the Twitch. And his flash is coming back up pretty soon, meaning they're going to be hard-pressed to actually get something here. Especially since Schomberg has not been able to find his way down. Which I kind of assumed he wouldn't. I assumed he'd kind of just be farming up for quite a while, getting some good CS off. A surprising lack of wards in general here from Rockport. I expected just a little bit more in terms of warding. But Kindred looks like she wants to go forward for a second thing here in a level 6 on Rockport. They're going to be going forward, but the flash is back up from Twitch, able to get out, but more damage onto the Shen as well, as now he's running away. Hydreion feels pretty good about that. He's got his Vamp Scepter, so he's going to stay pretty healthy, but so does Twitch, so should start healing back up a little bit here. Problem is, he's tanking this wave to try and not lose it all to the tower, and, well, he's losing it all to the tower, and he's not healing up because he's taking so much damage there. That's a little unfortunate. But with Kindred down here, it looks like they might try and get something done. Natsume zoning off the Sion. That's not the right direction. He's just trading. You don't actually win this trade. And Spoder's not even coming. Spoder's just farming right now. Like, 100 Noob might actually be able to turn that around. He's not going to hard commit for it because Spoder finally started moving, but 100 Noob just whapped the Sedge there. And now that they know the Sedge is up top, they're going to start moving towards the Dragon, get themselves ice. I'm pretty sure it's a Mountain Drake. I can't see it right now. Yes, it is a Mountain Drake, so that's going to be good for them. Should help them in the long run. It looks like Vel'Koz is actually going for I think it might be the glacial, or not the I think it's the Hextech GLP first. Kindred, though, in a little bit of a rough spot, though, is collapsed on by the Twitch, forced to flash away. Now Starshow wants to find his way in as well, but the Disintegration Ray is coming in. He's not going to use his ult as all. He burns down. First blood over to a Carcion. Schomberg just gets a little bit too greedy trying to get that stack off. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't use his ult, because he had it. He was level 6, and he had mana, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Game, though, still at a pretty steady pace. AMP sitting a nice 1,400 gold ahead. They're feeling pretty good about their current position right now. especially with how well their comp scales. They've got a lot of late game damage between the Twitch and the Vel'Koz. They've got a good front line for it. This is exactly where they want to be. Still some good late game and team fight potential from Rockport with the Kindred and the Swain, and Scion is an incredibly well scaling tank. So it's going to be pretty interesting. With Spoder actually trying to find his way onto Schaumburg. Forced to go the long way though. I don't think he's going to make it there in timing. Kindred is back, so not too much happening there. Ugh. Quick look at CS numbers again. Just recapping on those. Lucian is almost 20 CS up on the Twitch. Scion not falling behind, but a little bit of a dip in the mid lane. Not too much, but pretty much about where you'd expect most of these people to be. And I'm waiting for Natsume to get off a good gank, because he's playing the Sejuani, right? He doesn't have to be trying to just hard farm versus the Kindred, right? You can get these ganks off and force the Kindred to react to you and where you are with the map and your map presence. But he just hasn't really been finding his moments at all. As Spoder constantly shoved into the top side, Swain pretty safe in the mid lane, and Bot as well has kind of been back and forth, but he does actually find his way onto Heat Viper now, getting a good amount of damage off of there. He does get the permafrost, and the damage is coming through from Vel'Koz, but he's going to get pulled back in as well, in the Glacial Prison use as well. Now Spoder on the top side trying to trade versus 100T Noob. Wants to get the ult off the... It does come in, but he's actually might be falling down. The heal is down, but it doesn't matter. He falls down. 1v1 trade in the top lane. 100T Noob didn't even have to burn flash there. Gummy Bulls looks like he's going to find his way onto Hydreion, but oh my god, Shen is on the wrong side now as Twitch is trying to run, not even going into the Spirit's Rescue. He's going to Guy here. He does get hit by the... No, he doesn't. Oh, Stay United almost saves him, actually, as Braum tried to turn around there. I was close. I thought he was going to be fine. Gives a lot of power over to the Rockport bot lane, though. So now they get so much free time onto the tower. It is a little dangerous trying to do this into a Shen, because he can just shadow dash you and taunt you under tower and force you to tank, but I feel like they can probably get more damage than what they're doing, but still in control of this bot lane with a 20 CS lead, with a kill advantage. Finishing the Blade Rune King already is going to be helping out so much for Rockport. So we are seeing a pause. And hopefully this doesn't last too long. It is our obligatory mid-game pause, though. Don't remember the last time we haven't had a mid-game pause.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, dude.
No, you're good. Don't stress it. Just keep casting like normal.
So what did I miss?
A lot. Not a whole lot. I mean, you can look at the score. It's 2-2. No turrets taken. Rockport up in farm, but down in... Not even that far up in farm, actually. They're up in farm in a few places, but they're down about 700 gold right now. But look like they actually have a pretty decent control as they're winning the bot lane with the Lucian and the Braum, so...
Yeah.
Reports. Unpause is coming. Woohoo! This isn't going to last for too long, that means. And hopefully they reset here with the kill they just got. Lucian is sitting on 190 gold. He can start building towards his boots. He can start getting whatever he wants. Definitely don't want to overstay, especially now that Twitch is back.
Hey, at least it's not a pause like it was last week where a dog actually ran outside.
Yeah. Over here in the jungle, though, Shelmer does find his way onto Natsume. So much damage coming out from him. That is a very good chunk. And gets himself a stack as well. I think he's at 3 now. Might be. But bot lane, we are going to see a little bit of a fight as the concussables are stacking. Shen is burning down really low. Blade Room King doing a lot here, but so is the spray and pray from Twitch with the Contaminate. Kind of equalize those health bars. See how many stacks Kindred is at. Kindred is at 4 stacks, which means she's got her bonus range. 14 minutes in the game. That'll help out quite a bit. When she gets 3 more stacks, she'll be good. But Sion, meanwhile, in the top side already gets hit by the Glacial Prison. He's trying to run. Does have flash, but no ult. Meaning he's going to flash over, try to get away using the stopwatch. I think he was actually out fine, but with the stopwatch, actually ended up just killing himself. Wants to pick up Natsume, though, as the Glacial Augment is so disgusting. That's one of the best parts about Glacial Augment, Sion, is it does apply when you're dead. So you get that first hit off if people aren't respecting it, and you're just going to chase them down and do a crap load of damage. So good job there. But also really good job from Acarcion picking up the surprise kill onto Heat Viper off screen there.
Yeah. Vel'Koz in the Swain, I don't know if you talked about it while I was gone, but I think Vel'Koz wins because he just is able to poke a lot more consistently and from further away than Swain can.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can definitely go into the Vel'Koz's favor. I think it's more of a skill matchup. Who's landing skill shots better, essentially. Mm-hmm. Since both of them are 100% skill shot-based champions. He might be in a little bit of trouble as Heat is finding his way around, trying to get off the Never Move. It's not going to land, though, and there's the slow field from the GLP. Doing a lot of work. Well, this mid lane tower is getting pretty low, but Kindred actually finds her way back in as they're forcing the flash. Not going to be able to find any lockdown, though. Yeah. Rockport, it feels like they're doing really good, but they just haven't been able to translate it into much. So 2 dragons is nice, but they're getting dangerously close to losing both mid and top tower. And with Sedge and Vel'Koz in the mid lane, they're going to have to draw a lot over here to actually try and protect this. But I don't think they're actually going to get there in time. It is going to go over to AMP. First tower picked up 16, 17 almost minutes into the game.
Yeah, first turret is pretty big. Gives good gold, but
yeah.
To be honest, with both these teams, both teams have a really good mid game, and both teams have a really good late game.
Yeah.
The late game, of course, on AMP being a lot stronger with Twitch.
Yeah. It definitely is a little bit better. Sion's going to use his ult to try and get in here, zoning them off with the Destiny Smash. They really want to pick up this Rift Herald to grab the Never Move onto Natsume. He's going to flash over, try and get the Rift Herald. Who's going to be able to secure it? I'm not sure who actually got it. I think it did go over to AMP. Now on the bot side as well, Starstro flashing over the wall. Darius managed to pick up the Rift Herald, but I think he's going to trade his life for it. Might be able to get something done, but he doesn't actually have his ult, so he's going to fall down. Rockport do not get the Rift Herald, but they get a kill. They're going to lose Shamber there as now Acarcion trying to run forward as well. Actually could end up getting a triple kill. He got the double kill already. Doesn't find the last one, sadly, but really good job from him, able to equalize that trade.
Yeah. That completely, I don't know if it's, I think it's worth it, but they do lose a tower, and Shen did die in the bot dragon pit area as well, but...
Yep. But Gummy Bowls and Acarcion going to be pushing up mid. Don't pay too much mind to that Vision of the Empire. You should be able to finish off the tower. Sitting with a nice 2k gold lead and a Rift Herald to boot. They've got a lot of options here. They're going to send Darius bot with it. Top lane is pretty darn low, so they really don't need to pay that any mind. They could probably have Sedge solo take that if they wanted.
Mm-hmm. Nice, comfortable lead, I'd say, if I were on Amped.
Yeah.
Of course, Take that mark away.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that going over to the Kindred. She's already got quite a few stacks, so keeping the rest of the stacks off the Kindred is going to be pretty important.
For sure. Honestly, I think once the Twitch gets that Runins, it's gonna be a lot easier and since they're already in the lead, it's gonna be a much more something to help them keep Rockport down.
Right. Yeah, that'll be definitely his next power spike. The hard part is they definitely have not had any control in the bot lane. They've just been straight up losing the 2v2. Starstroke going to be walking into the bush, using Stardust to try and get away already. The Spirit's Refuge is going to be used as well. And a nice knock-up from the Glacial Fissure, actually landing onto both of them. And now a double kill for Lucian. Gives them complete control of the top side of the map. 100T Noob, I don't think you win this. I don't know why you're so far extended. Spoder can keep chasing. He's already stacked his passive, so he's going to go forward here. Good slow, though. Going to help out a little bit as Natsume trying to defend this by himself. But he needs to be careful because he's going to burn down. Those are 280 carries and a Braum. 5-0. Hydrone wants to try and carry this game right now for Rockport.
He's showing up. He's sure as hell on the way on to doing that.
Yeah, definitely give it an effort. 100T Noob. Going to take a little bit more damage from Spoder. He's doing quite a bit of work on the Darius. Honestly, if he had that Conquer, I feel like he'd be doing a lot more work. But now in this fight, oh, the last respite already used. So now they're going to be trying to pick up a kill. Starstroke does fall as a Carcion dashes out of there. Spoder should be able to pick up a kill on 100 Noob. He doesn't have flash. All he needs is his ult, but it actually is out of mana. And he doesn't even get to finish that off. Just going to force the Scion out. Presumably drop the Rift Herald, I would assume.
Yeah.
It looks like Gummy Bulls might be in a little bit of trouble. Force to flash away as Schomburg starting to pop off as well.
Yeah, here's the issue with Twitch. If you get behind, it's really hard to get back into the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And so while it will be scary once he gets that Runons, it'll be a little bit longer before he does, since he hasn't even finished the Zeal. And even then, with the kind of advantage that Rockport has in the 2v2 and the fact that they've got a Braum, all it takes is Juice to be positioning correctly in these fights, and even a Runon's Twitch might not be that scary.
Yeah, what would be scary is it's 4-0 Volkaz.
Yeah. That is true, because he'll be able to punch through the Braum pretty easily. It's going to be a lot on Schomburg to get a good ult off, but third dragon of the game going to be going over to AMP this time. To get themselves an Ocean Drake. That'll help Spoder a little bit because he's having trouble with mana against the Scion.
I'm surprised he went Black Cleaver.
Yeah, you normally see Triforce these days.
Yeah, you said it last stream, I think. That someone a Darius player, like Darius players say that you're a thing you can't say on stream. 2 words that you can't say on stream. If you don't build it. But
yeah.
Maybe looking for Deathwish here.
Looks like they're trying, but Carcion steps out just a little bit early there. There's game audio. It's quiet, but there's game audio. We had somebody complain the game was too loud. Might have overtuned it down, but looks like we are going to see a bit of a fight. Picking up so much damage already coming out of Carcion. Picks up his first kill, but He-Viper in the backside doing a lot there as well. And now Hydrone with so much kill gold. Going to be able to pick up some more kills. This 100T Noob coming in as well. I don't think they're going to be able to get away from this. Gummy Bulls actually barely able to kite out. And now Spoder in a little bit of trouble as well. Red Team's tower did go down on the top side.
And Gummy actually made it out.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I'm not sure if Hydrone was on his auto attack cooldown or if he just canceled it, because I mean, he dashed in. I felt like he probably had it, but either way, really good job there from Gummy. Barely able to escape, but Rockport definitely in control of this now. Let's go ahead and turn up some of the game sound since it's too quiet apparently. Let's try that, because it's there. There's no reason why the OBS wouldn't be picking it up. Yeah,
That's how
it's there
yours.
at least now. I think it was just a little bit too quiet. The OBS audio levels are reacting to the game sound, so. But yeah, and the even scarier thing is Juice went for their super early Zeeks, which is going to help out a lot. Whether he puts that on either Lucian or Kindred, both AD carries can take advantage of that, meaning once he puts out that ult, those AD carries are going to be doing so much damage, able to punch through the tanks pretty easily. Honestly, I think I would prefer it if he had it on Seanbear, because Seanbear does have a little bit more hyper carry auto attack damage potential, but he's in a lot of trouble as Acarcia is coming forward onto him. Forced to use his ult already, but the laser not going to be able to finish off the kill. Spoderon trying to chase forward, not getting the flash though, as the apprehend also goes a little bit short. They do have a lot of pressure on this Baron now, though, as the jungler is gone.
Overall, a good pick by Tyrion.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a good job.
Nearly.
A little bit of a shame he didn't get a kill, but that'll come. He's about to get his death cap soon. That'll make him even scarier. Swain does have TP. Go ahead.
You saw how fast he was shredding Sean Bear. Imagine how fast he's going to do it with more AP.
Yeah, once he gets that death cap, he'll be doing a lot. But Acarcion, so many slow fields from all these active items. The Glacial Augment Vel'Koz is definitely a scary thing, but an ultimate engage from the Scion. They've already gotten one kill. They want to chase forward onto Acarcion, but he's gonna flash away. So just getting the jungler, but that gives them a pretty good shot at Baron here.
They're either going to go for Baron or they're going to try to bait it out.
Yeah. I would say the bait it out category seems like the best option, is now they're actually going to find their way onto Spoder. He's getting pretty low. Gummible's on the side. Not going to be able to get off any damage quite yet. Spoder's going to be the first one to fall in this fight. Starshow's next in line as Rockport pick up two, and now they head towards the Baron. Bait successfully done. Still need to be careful because that is a Fed of Vel'Koz and Twitch, both of them whom have their ults up if they want to try and burn the health bars down, but looks like they're going to respect it. Give Rockport the Baron. 26 minutes in the game. Rockport with a 5k gold lead. Looking like they want to try and close this set out.
AMP is being way too aggressive.
Yeah. I would agree.
With the amount of disengage that is on the side of Rockport, what? And what? Okay, I'm not trying to be toxic here, but what world was that a good idea by Spider just walk up in there?
I'm not sure. I think they needed to play it a little bit slower. The hard part is they didn't want to just give up a free Baron, right? And they didn't really have any vision because Rockport just cleared everything out. But they did have the scuttle, and they should have noticed that Kindred never walked over that scuttle, right? Like, you can't blind scuttle vision. It's there. But they're actually going to be going for it onto Acarcion. He's getting pretty low. He's down already. Missile Fissure used for good measure. They're going to start pushing forward here. Yeah, slows on, slows. Here comes the TP from Heat Viper as well. The Baron pushing in. They still got ult. Besides one, obviously. But it's going to be a pretty good play here if they want to get it done without the Vel'Koz, though. It's going to be pretty hard as they're getting zoned off of their own turret. Seanbear, though, does get flanked by the Twitch, and now Spoder is in as well, but not going to commit for it. Nice Glacial Prison, but an ultimate in from the Kindred is going to keep the whole team safe. They're going to be able to get the first kill onto Starstro now as Heat Viper's in the backside as well, tanking up so much with his sustain. He's going to be able to get a kill on to the rest of the team, and there is pretty much the game as Rockport with the Baron pushing in. All they need is one more minion wave. It's going to take a hero play from Acarcion. He gets the slow field. Is he able to get the damage off? He's trying to get it onto Heat Viper, but he's going to trade his life. There is the last kill. Rockport, 28 minutes into the game. They're going to be able to take down AMP and take sole possession of first place sitting here in Week 8.
Really well played by them there. Just knowing they had the advantage. They're ahead. They have the Baron. Just fight them. They can't contest it. Just wipe them and end the game.
Yeah, that was pretty well done from them. They
MVP for the game? Question mark.
um this game probably Hydreion. I
Hmm.
think it's hard to argue with 10-0 and 8 and just he was positioning really well and taking a lot of really aggressive fights and he was doing it properly and well and I think the rest of the team definitely aided him but I don't think they had quite as high moments as he did. So yeah. I think Hydreion for game 3 MVP.
For the set though.
Set is a hard one. I don't even know where to begin with Set. Because we did gave 100 to Nubit game 2. He definitely had a rough game 1. Um,
I'm gonna say give it to Hydro. He was he did really well both their win games and just this game 3 he did outstanding.
yeah, I could agree with that. I think Hydreion had the most consistently good play throughout the set. So yeah, I think we can go ahead and give it to him. Let me go ahead and see if he wants an interview. If I could look at the right Discord. Where are they? There they are. All right, let's go ahead and grab him. And hello, sir.
Hey, what's up?
Not a whole lot. Congratulations on the 2-1.
Yeah, thank you.
Pretty good play from you there. You had a good game on the Sever, really good game on the Lucian. I don't know. What's your favorite 80 carry? I guess we'll just start that off because I haven't gotten to talk to you. I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely. Though my main is Jin, it's definitely Lucian.
Okay.
Real big fan. Play good on him every time I get him. So
Yeah, I definitely see you guys pick him up a lot. I think even when you're playing with Schomburg, you guys like doing the Lucian Braum. Here with the new sub in Juice, Lucian Braum seems like one of your favorite combos down there, and you play it pretty well. Definitely works out. How's the team feeling? Because I know you guys dropped your jungler like last night or 2 nights ago or so, so pretty recently. And then I'm not sure where Quick Slice was, but I was expecting to see him in. So kind of shuffling people around. I mean, how's that feeling for you guys right now?
oh, dude, it's perfect. Like we're a good team. Quick Life, he had his own thing today, so we couldn't pull him in. But the team morale's still high, even with the absence of our old jungler. We have Sean Bear in the jungle now. It's where he wants to be. He's good there. So
Okay,
we're just doing good. Just
nice.
moving on forward as a team and
That's
working out.
that's good to hear. I mean, you guys are the team with like the most unique roles played like per person. I'm pretty sure. Sean and Viper have both played like 2 or 3 different roles. 100 Noob now playing another role. So I mean, it's you guys seem like a very I'm gonna say modular team. You can just like take something out and like put something else in. It's just, like it still works just fine. Um, so
Yeah,
that's definitely impressive to see. Did you have something to say, Maniac?
how do you feel on taking first place?
Oh, I feel really good.
How,
I really wanted to play Chajiru, but like to see who would be the better ADC, but he wasn't here, so that's kind of disappointing. But
how's
really
your
happy.
hands feeling? You feeling shaky?
No, not really. It's the usual. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a good set. It was a little bit of a shame that they didn't have Chijuru or even Izumi because I think that would have been a really fun bot lane matchup to see. But still, really good job getting the 2-1. I was a little worried after game 1. I was like, oh wow, sub amp is pretty decent. But you guys started drafting really well. Yeah, I assume Schomburg's still in control of drafts these days.
yeah, of course.
Okay, so it's not you guys haven't like started shifting to a more like team effort or anything like that.
No, we still leave Sean Bear with all the coordination when it comes to drafting, and it's working. So
Okay.
we play what we want to play. We do well, and we stick to the style that we've been doing.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, it works for you guys. It worked last season. It's working this season so far. Um, Definitely pretty impressive. Like Maniac said, you guys are now in first place. Tomorrow that could change. If you guys lose tomorrow and AMP wins, then they'll take first back. But at least for a day, you guys can now say you're in first place. So we'll clap to that and see where we end on the weekend. But I know I predicted you guys to win tomorrow as well. So I really wouldn't expect anything to change here.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same mindset coming in tomorrow. Probably same setup.
Okay.
Maybe even with Quack's Life. And I don't know. I think we'll be looking strong. We'll try and keep first place and get the #1 seed.
Yeah, that
All right.
should definitely be good. Who are you guys playing again tomorrow? I forgot already.
Let me check.
Goo Factory. Got it. Okay, yeah, that should be a pretty good match. But yeah, again, congrats. I definitely enjoy watching you guys play. It was really good to see you pop off, get your first MVP of the split. Woohoo! Or not MVP of the split, but MVP for the split, right? Something like that. However that works out phrasing wise. You get me. But anyways, Hydro Man, congrats. Go ahead and pop some champagne, celebrate the first place, at least for tonight, and good luck tomorrow. Hopefully you guys are able to pull out the win. We'll see.
Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Where is this button? There it is. All right.
No time to rest. Come
No
on.
time to rest. No rest for the wicked. Yeah, I felt bad. I did not do that interview very well. I'm kind of tired. My brain's not functioning right now.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. That's why I didn't say it. I didn't really say much. That's
All right. Well, we got to get into this next set. Next set gonna be, I believe it is Galaxy versus. Oh, it's Olympic
Nope.
POV. Okay.